My name is Radhika Arapally. I'm the founder of Sustainability Kiosk.
Thank you for joining us here today on Breaking Travel News. Perhaps you can tell us a little bit about Sustainability Kiosk and what makes it unique.
Quite a unique name.
Yeah.
The name of the kiosk started because we wanted to have one-stop shop for all things, to look up who are the local suppliers to support with categories of energy, water, waste, consumables, and knowledge. We do a lot. I do podcasting myself. So we do a lot of knowledge and events. We just had an event last night here, which was lovely because we had a great event with Sustainable Hospitality Alliance, Dubai Tourism, and we had a lot of industry players from Jumeirah, Rove, Wyndham Hotels present there at the event to talk about the regional challenges and sustainability in terms of responsible operators. So coming back to kiosk, we actually wanted to have a one-stop shop to connect hospitality in terms of in the Middle East. How is sustainability in hospitality a responsibility? And that's how the kiosk started. As the name goes, it's a startup. Started last year in 2022. And since then, I think it's been a great journey for us. We've started working with hotels, getting one hotel at a time, converting them in terms of working with operations, trying to understand how can we support them get better from where they are today. And it's always a journey. So that's where we are now.
That's great. And you've started at a great time within the region with COP28 happening and it being a key theme of ATM. Perhaps you can talk a little bit about that.
Exactly. COP28, Year of Sustainability. So UAE has recognized that this is the year of sustainability. And as you've seen in ATM, the entire event is dedicated towards sustainability. And the team from London is very much present here, Sustainable Hospitality Alliance, for that precise reason, right? So there is huge demand for it. And that's where we're trying to come in and say, look, as a business, everyone wants to do better, but it's almost identifying what are those initiatives that will drive impact and also deliver profitability. Because at the end, hospitality has to manage guest experience, profitability, and the impact. And we are here to have a balance with it and ensure that our clients get the maximum credit for the services that they give us.
What sort of service do you offer your clients?
Good question. So the way we started partnering up with hotels is we call it as Sustainability Kiosk Advisors. We usually tie up with hospitality clients over a 12-month period where we partner with them, sit along in their operations to understand how can we champion each one of their teams to do better in their respective areas. So for Anantara, for instance, Anantara the Palm, and they have a cluster property there with Anantara the Palm and Anantara World Islands as part of Minor Hotels. We partner with them to actually look at waste initially because it just went, they seem to have 3 tons of waste a day. So we kind of went, oh my God, that's huge. So what can we do to reduce, recycle, repurpose, and then end of it is landfill. So how can we reduce all of it? So we began the journey when they were recycling about 6% of waste. And we took that number right up to 62 towards the end of December 22. And then come Q1 23, they're doing 70% of recycling. And that to me is a huge success factor. The team is motivated, they're energized. There's a bit of culture now because when you see the numbers coming in month after month, everyone feels quite united on a mission because it's almost like when the numbers start getting higher, it's almost like a game for them. What can I do better this time? What can you get better? Let me give you an example. So the pouch I'm holding here is made from everything that's discarded at a hotel. So as you can see, these are actually the coffee pods. So the housekeeping team has kindly taken the coffee pods, crushed it beautifully, and this is discarded linen. So they've taken the discarded linen, made it into a pouch that I use every day now. So I think it's identifying opportunities, and that's how drove the number from 6% to 62%. And they now have reduced their 3 tons of waste. That's not a challenge anymore. They do have, of course, number of other initiatives which require investment. Now that's a tricky topic because anything that requires investment requires capital, capex, opex. How do we get stakeholders through the journey? But that's where we need a lot of support also from operators. And we worked with them in presenting an ROI model, which actually works and which is giving them back in terms of savings because they now have a food digester which converts all of the food waste into grey water, which gets recycled on the premises. So which is amazing because the water can be recycled again. So it's quite a circular model that's happening on the palm itself.
Wow, amazing. So much in so little time. So I feel like sustainability is becoming more of an aspirational thing as well, like whereas it wasn't perhaps in the luxury market before. Would you agree with that?
It is. And I would say sustainability actually has two angles to it. One is it's getting aspirational, and I think it needs to move from there to experiences. The minute we're able to translate that to how do we share these experiences with the consumers, how do we actually get the barefoot luxury, as it's called, and actually enable these experiences to come down to guests staying with you, to employees working with you. And that's when I think it's felt much more, it's appreciated, and the culture sets in. Your community appreciates what you do. And that to me is sustainability.
That's great. And we're here at Arabian Travel Market here in Dubai. Why are events such as this important for you to reach your stakeholders?
Look, it's not easy in this current day and age getting everybody FaceTime. And an event like this where you actually get a FaceTime with your clients is just amazing. And getting that one-on-one, 5 minutes introduction, FaceTime, a networking event, speed dating event to say, how are you, what we're doing, let's keep in touch. That's the beauty of it. And a lot of old colleagues have been in hospitality for a number of years now, working in corporate offices. And this is my gig as being an independent consultant. We are 3 girls now. So it's me, Stella Pinto, Tiffany McGrath. And especially when you have a team to come together and say, we've come together as a formidable team, I hope. So how can you support? So reaching back to our old network, old colleagues, keeping in touch, saying, we believe in this cause and that's why we are here. We need your trust to get further in this.
That's great. And finally, do you have any messages for our viewers here at ATM and beyond?
Of course. So what I put out there when we had an event last night here at Novotel Trade Center with Sustainable Hospitality Alliance, I put a message out there and I said, listen, I'm going to put a message. This is my ask. I'm going to give it to the universe and see how the universe responds back to me. So I would probably tell you that. So Sustainable Hospitality Alliance has released a net positive hospitality methodology. What I want to do is take hotels in Dubai, hotels in Abu Dhabi, hotels in UAE through the methodology and have something to present at COP28 to actually show hotels how it's feasible. And there are tools, there are techniques out there, and then the pathway is quite neatly detailed. All it requires is getting our hands dirty, doing our work, and we are towards net positive hospitality. So
that's great. It's great to see some concrete examples and not just greenwashing.
Exactly, because otherwise it gets lost. And there's details now, like the stage 1 to stage 4, the plans are very clear. Thanks to the guys who have actually built this framework. We have the framework. It's about now getting more people on the journey. So if you're a hotel, if you're a tour operator, and just wants to know a bit more about what does this net positive hospitality mean? How do I get myself integrated? There seems to be a lot of buzz of decarbonization, net zero, net positive. Then do reach out because we believe framework exists. We can guide you through it. We can support you. We shall handhold and cheer you through the process. And we hope to see more and more hotels on this journey. And at the end, it's all about your culture, what you have in the hotel, and the community you build with your guests.
Great. Thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you so much, Sapphire, for this opportunity. I hope you've had great 3 days. 4 days, is it? Yeah.
Yeah. How's it been for you?
Wonderful. I mean, I'm tired, as you can see. I've done 10,000 steps a day for sure.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.